What up, though? It's your host, Troy Justice, and this is another episode of Imported Athletes and Travel Podcast. As usual, I got my boy Yodai Nakamura. And today we have a special guest. We got Marcus Fukuhara, Coach Fuki in the building. What's up, man?
What's up, Troy? Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here for your guys' podcast.
Of course, man. You're one of the OGs, man. You're one of the first people I met at Finkston Ball.
First day, we were the
First
only ones
day.
there early.
Yeah, we were there. They were still putting stuff together when we got there.
Well, he's even more OG with me. He was my first freaking roommate in Europe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I
Five
mean, you
years
could say
now.
second. You had Irvin.
Okay, second roommate, but Irvin's like a native at this point. He's like a local.
He wasn't an import.
Shout out Irvin, love that guy.
Yeah, great person.
So, Marcus, you want to tell the people back home how you got into the import life?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I went to a small NAIA college called Menlo College. So I was fortunate enough to meet Jimmy Jensen, the leader pretty much of the recruiting for BBJO. And he came for the alumni games. And, we're in college, and this guy just comes and shoves every single alumni game, like 7 innings, no runs, 8 innings, 9 innings, whatever. It didn't really matter. He like just came, said hello, shoved, and then was like, yeah, well, I'm playing baseball overseas in Australia or Europe or Canada. It's kind of an option for you guys coming out of college. Hit me up, sort of thing, if you're interested. And so, like, senior year comes by, and I wasn't really expecting to do more baseball. My college career, I was kind of just like, yeah, I'm here for mainly school, get my business degree, and then kind of just go work forever, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I kind of gave it 1 year, sort of thing. So I signed up. I gave it one season. I actually got signed almost to an Australian team, and then I had a bike accident where like a car hit me. So like I slit these two fingers on my glove hand. I had like 13, 14 total stitches between the two fingers. I couldn't like even grab my hand. And they were like, "Well, you still want to come? It's your glove hand." I was like, "All right, fair enough. I could probably just not catch a ball and just use my arm to throw." But I opted to not do it. I wanted to go somewhere healthy, not playing injured. So I took like a gap year, 2017, just to kind of get the hand better. I was working, saving up money, local bakery kind of in our area. And then the year after that, like when the hand was kind of better after 7 months, I could start working out, gripping stuff. A team in New Zealand hit me up just when I was about to call it quits. Like my year membership with BBJ was just about to be up. And I was expecting Australia. All I heard was like Australia ball, Australia ball. So I was like, all right, like that's the country I'm going for. I wanted summer to summer. I wanted to chase summers when I first started this, being a California guy. Like I didn't want to deal with cold winters and stay anywhere winter. This team hit me up like the last day my membership was up, and they're like, we need a starting pitcher. You're kind of the main guy we're interested in. You want to come? And I was like, on my way. I was working. I was doing some dog walking on my way to my actual, the bakery job. I was like, I could do this for like the rest of the year and then use my degree and get into the corporate world, or I could have some fun for one last year. So I decided to just risk it all. They wanted me there a week after they talked to me. So I like went home that day. I was like, Mom, Dad, like I'm gonna go to New Zealand. They're just like, like what? What do you mean? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go play. Like, I'm just gonna take it. Know nothing about it. Know nothing about this team. Here's the contract. It's a pretty decent one. Host family, car, flights paid for. Kind of everything was paid for. So I was like, how could I pass this up? And my uncle and aunt, like, they went to New Zealand like probably 2 years before, and they're like, it's one of the nicest places we've been to. Like, we love it. And I was like, well, I got to go see what they're lying or not and see what it's about. So that first year in New Zealand, I started off as a starting pitcher, which obviously I was a reliever in college. So like I threw the most innings and that first year I threw almost 80 innings between playoffs, the national tournament. Like I was just going 7 to 9 innings as much as I could. I was thinking my mindset was like, I'm blowing the arm out. Like I have 3 tears in my labrum. I have a slap tear in my wrist. I was like, I'm just going till one of these 4 things fully pops. And like surprisingly, like I did enough body management and working out to like not have that happen. And then they invited me back the next year. I went the next year. COVID happened. Um, then my sights kind of just changed to, okay, well, I'm coaching in America now. I could do this. Or I could kind of go back and pursue Europe because I heard good things about Europe. And then I got the Austrian gig right after COVID. I was supposed to go to Germany, and then COVID shut all that down. So I got the Austria gig. I was like, that's the only place I can go right now. Like, let's go. And then I walk in the door and I just see this Yodai guy walking in, just eating on the couch or whatever, just chilling. And he's wearing, I forgot what his shirt or jersey you're wearing, but he was wearing a sweatshirt of his NAIA school in Nevada or something. And I was like, you're from Nevada? He's like, yeah, okay, I'm from California, dope. We connected and I wore my Menlo gear. And he's like, wait a second, like Menlo College and like the Bay Area? I was like, how the hell do you know about my little tiny school? That's
Cruz
not
Dario.
And then yeah, he just shouted it out a name and Cruz Dario, shout out Cruz. And I was like, yeah, I know that guy. Like that was my teammate. Like, what the heck's going on? He's like,
Yeah, played
yeah,
travel ball together and small world, you know.
very small world. And so that's how it started. And ever since bouncing back from New Zealand to California to Europe, I did fall in love with the European lifestyle a little bit. I did, Yodai knows this. I wanted more out of the baseball, and that's maybe because I came from varsity high school coaching, and I was just like, well, this is different. No one cares. How can I make them care? Probably went too aggressively, but it is what it is. Then I found an offer to be the Hungarian national team assistant coach, pitching coach, and the U23 assistant coach, pitching coach. So we developed a whole staff from California with the Hungarian national team, and then from there, kind of just everything started to kind of open up a little bit more once I started working with the national team, more offers, more stuff like that. I ended up going back to the States to coach at a private high school, but then one of those kids was from Czech, and he's like, "Hey, we don't have a pitching coach really in our whole area. Do you want to come be a pitching coach in Prague?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." So I said thank you to the job. I gave them like a 3 months notice, 4 months notice. I was like, "Look, guys, listen, I'm probably going to take this. It's been a dream to go live in Prague. I really like it there. I'm probably not going to get this opportunity again." My work understood it, and so I kind of left that school. And now I'm here. I've been here in Prague for almost a year and a half. It was my first winter in my entire life out here, and let me tell you, that's uncomfortable for me still. That was brutal, but I'm loving every minute of it out here. And luckily, I got Yoda now to come bother every once in a while, and so it's been a good experience so far. And I know you guys, we met at Finkston Ball, and I know you guys have a good experience with the whole overseas stuff as well too.
Oh yeah, that's why we're here yapping about it, because we want to tell everybody about how great the experience is. And that's a crazy story that you and Jimmy went to the same college.
And you
Yes,
also
sir.
got to thank this man too for why I knew that you had to go to the other half of the train to get back to Munich. Because the first time me and Fook tried to come to Prague Baseball Week in 2021, we're on the long train. We were on the half that like split off. We're like, wait a second, this isn't where we're trying to go. And then they explained to us, yeah, the train split. This train go. You guys, this train. I was like, what?
Dude.
And we, man, shout out Fuki for having data on his phone because I didn't. We still managed to make it to Prague about 4 hours late, but we made it.
Dude.
Yeah, we made it to that Prague Baseball Week after Boomer and Wes and Burns and all them did their meeting. They handed out the jerseys. They said the game plan. They were starting to actually go out for the night.
Yeah.
And me and Yoda are just sweating off that long double train ride. Just like, where are you guys going? Like, oh, we're gonna change. We're gonna shower. We'll meet you eventually, sort of thing. Luckily, one of the guys stayed back just to guide us around. But that was a trek and a half. And even going back, like we got screwed going back, Yoda. Like that was interesting. That was
How
like the first
did we
moment where I
go
was like,
back?
I think it was the
Because I
same thing.
remember Naaman's, Will Naaman's was there. We were playing the Metro Stars. He asked us how we're getting back because I think he was just going to go from Prague straight to Hart to play against us. We made
Well,
it
so some
back.
of
I don't
those,
remember how we did that.
yeah, so some of those Vienna guys and Salzburg guys, they drove up with Bernsey and all that. We
Yeah.
couldn't get there. It was too illogical to go from Hart to Ottenang, Salzburg area. So we took the train up, got screwed going there, and then when we came back, I don't know if you remember, but we went through Germany and the train tracks were getting redone at this one stop. So we
That's
stopped
right.
in the middle of this like random, like I can't even call it a town, dude. Like just this random stop, middle of nowhere, nothing around besides a big mountain hill with a tunnel going in.
Is
And
that
we're
the
just
one
sitting
where we caught
there.
a bus with a bunch of grandmas and grandpas? Yes, I remember now.
We get off the train, get told to get off the train. They're like, yeah, track's being fixed. Like, no more train. And we're just like, dude, our ticket literally says train from Prague to somewhere and then somewhere to like Hard area. Like, what do you mean? Like, where's the next train? Like, we just thought, like, oh, dude, did we get on the wrong train again? Did our carts separate? Like, did we fuck up again? Like, and that was like, just for me, that was like, experience of we hear so much good stuff about like public transportation around here in Europe. And to be fair, it's way better than most states areas. But like going through Germany, in my experience, I've gotten a little bit delayed a couple times just because their train track systems needs to be like redone or whatever. But those the first year of Prague Baseball Week, we like it was supposed to be, I think like I don't know, an 8 hour trip. Dude, it took like 12. It added an extra
Never
four
trust.
hours on top both ways. And me and Yoda were like, dude, if we do this next year, are we gonna train or like we just go fly or something? Like this was that worth it, sort of thing? Like saving the money, but an extra 4 hours. It was like we got to drink a little bit more and just chill, but that was that was a trek for sure.
Never trust Deutsche Bahn, dude. Never trust the DB.
Uh,
That second year, I took the easy way, man. I took the nonstop from Bregenz all the way to Vienna, spent the night in Vienna, and then took the safe route Vienna to Prague.
yeah, dude. I'm thankful that y'all went through that. But wait, how did y'all get to the next train? Y'all got on the bus with the grandmas and did it
We
take you
literally
to
just
another
got on a
train
bus.
station?
They took us to a train station, and we didn't speak German. Like we always spoke a little bit to say, I don't speak German. Where's the bathroom? Where's the food? All that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm on Google Translate. I had data. I turned it on. I was just like, dude, this is worth it. Let's turn the data on. Went on Google Translate. Went to every single conductor, every single random person we could. Just be like, what's going on? Where are we supposed to go? Here's our tickets. Does this mean we have to buy new tickets, or does this mean we can just hop on? The dude was like, just hop on, get off at this stop, and then take your train back all the way to Bregenz or whatever, wherever we went. And it was just like we were like, I wouldn't say super stressed, but we both looked at each other multiple times, like, dude, are we? Who do we call? What do we do? Like,
Yeah.
we were able to figure it out though.
Yeah, Ghostbusters ain't gonna do nothing for us in this moment. Like,
That's happened to
I
me
mean,
too in Germany. I wasn't going to a game, but I was just like going to a restaurant or something. And I got on the train and then everyone just stopped and got off and the train just stopped moving. And I'm just like, where's everybody going? And then like I learned that you gotta Google translate the sign and it was like end of stop. And I'm like looking on Google Maps and it's like, oh yeah, the train stopped. And it was like I just followed the crowd to this bus and this bus took us to another train station. We got off and I just caught another train. And I'm like, how do you sell tickets to the next stop and not say, hey, the railroad is it's closed?
yeah, I feel you on that. My experience in general, I try to avoid going on trains through Germany. If I'm in Germany, it's not,
It's
I don't
not
know,
bad.
it's not as bad for me. But when
Yeah.
I had to cross Austria to Germany to Prague, or I remember my second year I was in Hungary. This was going to the Prague Basel Week. I was at a cousin's wedding in Italy. Went from Italy to Prague. Even though I was experienced, I still fell asleep on the train because my cabin passengers were German and they're just speaking like aggressive Germans until like 3 a.m. So I didn't get any sleep. I overslept my stop. I wake up in Munich. I was like, well, this is
Mm.
going to Pfingstenball. That's why I showed up. I was going to show up a little earlier, but I showed up when I showed up to meet you. But I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be in Salzburg. Like, why am I in Munich? And that just hit my mind that like I overslept. That happened. And then I tried to get there to Pfingstenball. That went smoothly. And then I think I went from Hungary to Prague. This was the one that screwed me for some reason. It was a cheap train ticket. It went through Austria, and then once we crossed through Austria, I had something similar where it was just like the train broke down. We're out for like 2 hours. There's an option to get on another train if you want to get on it. I got on that train. That train like got stopped or broken down or something. Like something was in its way. We had to wait for another train to go through because shit was just going wrong that day. So like I didn't get to Prague baseball week. I got there just in time for the meetings this time, but like I still was delayed like 3 hours, 4 hours. Then I went back to Hungary because I had to rush back on Friday to get to the Budapest airport because we were flying the national team out to California for 12 days. And so like I got screwed on that one. Um, it was free this time, so it didn't hurt that much. But like my boss wanted the cheaper one, and they didn't tell me that they got rid of a cart entirely. Something with the cart was wrong entirely. So they got rid of the cart but didn't replace it. So like I get on, I'm in a seat, and of course the seat my boss paid for is on the other cart. So we stopped somewhere roughly near Vienna, a little bit before, and this whole classroom of like kids comes on the cart. And their teachers are like, pop, 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 like you sit here, you two here, you three here. She gets to my seat and she's like, I'm sorry, like we have these seats. Do you mind giving them to the kids? And I'm like, yeah, all right, like, damn, I do because I still got 6.5 hours to go, but all right, like I'm gonna get up and figure it out. And they were there all the way to Budapest with me. So I was standing on that cart for like 4 to 6 hours. I got to sit once in a while, like on my suitcase. But that was another brutal one. So I mean, don't be. I want the people to not be scared over my train stories. I told Yoda I joke with them all the time. I think I just got enough bad luck with trains for the entire import community.
Thanks, Marcus.
Marcus
There's something
stood
about
so
my
we could
travels I just
sit.
get screwed.
Marcus stood so we could sit. Okay. No, the train. If you can afford to fly, get on that plane. But I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's kind of like pick your poison because have you ever messed around with the Flixbus?
Mm-hmm.
That junk is a
Not about it.
nightmare. I've
Not about it.
had buses not come. I've had buses come but not have the sign on. I had a bus come like an hour and a half late and almost made me miss my flight back to America. Like too
Yeah.
much. So it's like
I trust
Flixbus, train.
even with my horror stories, I still trust the train a little bit more.
Yeah, I think I trust the train more than the Flixbus too because I've never had a train come an hour and a half late. But at Flixbus in Zurich that one time, I was out there for an hour and a half. I thought I had missed it.
Yeah, what Yoda? I think at worst our trains. I mean, each individual train was only like an hour late, but when you get delayed 3, 4 times, it turned into the 4 hour mess we were in. But
It adds up.
it adds up. But in general, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going through Austria, Austria has one of the better train systems. It's super easy, super on time, clean, and nice too.
Yeah.
Germany, like I said, going into Germany, just within Germany, I haven't had any troubles. Within Prague, I haven't had any troubles. Like I trained from Prague to Budapest this year to see everyone again that I knew. No troubles at all. It was a straight shot, 6.5 hours, no difficulties. So like I'm hoping, knock on wood, that my curse is gone and I can start taking the train everywhere again. But I do admit with like Skyscanner and stuff, like flying is not a bad option either, as long as you don't need to bring a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's where I get cooked. I'm about to go to Pfingstenball. I take this catcher gear, but I wouldn't dare try to take no train from the Netherlands to Austria because taking it from Hamburg to Austria was already pushing it. So I just went ahead and bit the bullet on that one.
Yeah, I was looking at Ball this year, and the train from Prague, it's like an 8.5 hour, 8 hour total trip because we don't go through Vienna. You can go through Salzburg or Linz straight down, but it's like 4 and 4. And I was looking at it, the only way I could have done it would have been leaving the baseball games, going straight to the train station, like no shower, and going at night, and then waiting from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. in Linz or Salzburg at a train station at night just to get there. And I was like, I don't really want to sleep at a train station for 4 hours at night. I'm good on this year. Like I'll figure it out some other way.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's actually good to know because I was starting to consider it just right after the All-Star game from Olomouc, wherever it's at.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking the day after the game, I'll get into Prague and then catch like one of the early afternoon trains from Prague into Vienna or maybe even Salzburg. And then from there, it's a straight shot to Annam Buchheim. So I was hoping it's like give or take 6 or 7 hours. I'll be there around the evening, enjoying the evening festivities on the Sunday, but we'll
I'm looking
see.
at it right now where Olomouc is. Yeah, so Olomouc is above Brno. You'd probably go into Vienna, but that would probably still be like that'd still probably be like a 6 to 7 hour trip. And that's if Olomouc has a good train system to get you into Brno, because you could take a train from Brno into Vienna or straight to Salzburg or Linz, probably.
I'll look it up.
Probably Vienna.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't want to deal with sleeping in Linz for 4 hours at night. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'll sleep on a train, but dude, they got all these anti-homeless little bumps on these benches, bro. What am I supposed to do, man? Like, I want to be comfy.
And don't be hating on the Linz Hauptbahnhof benches. Sleepable.
Yeah, it's not horrible. It's better than SF. Yeah.
So
poison, eh?
Yodai was telling me that you were talking to him about trying to get European guys over to the States to play college ball.
Yeah, so a big goal of really why I came back is one, Tempo's got one of the better facilities in all of the Czech Republic, if not the best. And knowing like the Czech baseball players, a lot of them are hungry, a lot of them are really good. I just wanted to help guide them to a junior college route or a travel ball route for youth guys. Anyone under 16, they can go play travel ball for a couple weeks somewhere in the States, be competitive, kind of get acclimated to what baseball is over there. They can see what ball players are like over there, and they can be like, hey, like this is where they are. I'm here or I'm here. Kind of open up the perspective a little bit that, in Europe, I think, in overseas baseball in general, I think a lot of as it should be, but there's a lot of hype on being on the national team. And if you're not on the national team, damn it, I'm not good enough. Or like I can't go anywhere else. Like I can't even go into another country in Europe and play, when it's like Czech's so good. These guys can probably go play in some sort of Central Eastern European or somewhere else that's not super serious, like a Netherlands D2, D3 league, Italy D2, something like that. But the big purpose would be to try to develop a network of coaches like us who are here to see the talent, can videotape the talent, and then also send that out to junior colleges. I'm not against academies, but the only thing I don't like about academies is they cost a lot of money. You're going to still spend it, and then once you're done, like you still have to go to a junior college or a 4 year. So if you didn't really use that time wisely, or you really dude, college baseball now is ridiculous, right? Like,
yeah,
the level is insane. So for me, like a lot of these guys are going to academies, spending a lot of years, 3, 4 years there, and all they get is a junior college afterwards. Like, I feel like if you just worked hard in a good environment, like for example, Tempo, we have three professional coaches right now, two besides myself. If we can create the environment, get the buy-in, get them better, get them stronger, all this stuff ready to compete to that level and that standard, all it will take is for me to be like, hey, I know this junior college in Colorado. I think it's the best fit for you because it's going to give you the facilities, the time to practice, and the baseball is kind of where your level is at. So where you're going to play, not go to like the best junior college in the entire country or the top 15. And now all you're doing is paying money to red shirt, gray shirt, or sit on the bench and play 3 innings or 5 innings, and then you burn a year. So
Right.
my whole goal with Europe and also New Zealand, I still have connections down there. I'm sure we can reach out and dig out Australia, but just to help like what Jimmy and Burnsy does for us to continue our careers overseas, I would like to do that for the kids that are local here. Baseball and softball, obviously, I'm not going to be biased. Um, just to be like, hey, there are opportunities you can go to. It doesn't have to be a D1 junior college. You could go to a D2 junior college, get some money, have some fun, experience it. From there, if you develop, you can go into your 4 year D2, D3 NAIA will probably be those guys' best bets. Or you go to a good D1 junior college, you compete. Maybe you get that D1 offer, mid tier, low tier, high tier. Maybe you go D2 with a little bit more money. And some guys hate it. Like some guys don't play. Like we unfortunately had two guys go to junior college in Texas. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but one of them had a good time or like okay time, and the other didn't because the coach told the other one that like, hey, you're not working hard enough, you're not making the adjustments we need to. We have other guys figure it out, sort of thing. And that's how cutthroat the top end top 20 JUCOs, D1 JUCOs are in America right now. So like
Yeah.
to help prep these guys and like to help get them the right mindset of like, like I think if these guys are on the national team and they do really well, they're like, yeah, I'm D1 material. Like I'm going to US, like University of Florida. I'm going to UNC. I'm going and getting playing time. I'm going to go to Georgia and get playing time rather than, you're in, now you have to keep working hard to actually earn that spot. It's very hard to go play at a 4 year as a freshman unless you are like already up there. And
Yeah.
very few, I think, in Europe are ready for that in terms of balancing the like education and balancing the baseball because we all know college baseball is like 5, 6 days, 7 days a week. It was a little bit much for me back in the day. I was like, damn, is this really what I want to do? So like for me, I think a big goal of coming back is just to kind of help be that middleman, that middle ground, and finding guys like me who want to help create opportunities for people without having them to pay a lot of money. It should just be like, hey, go put your stuff on Twitter, send it on YouTube. We'll send it out to our coaches, and we will vouch for you because you have a hard, good work ethic. You understand baseball, and like you want to, sort of thing. So
That's
we'll see.
That's awesome, man. I definitely would like to help you with along with that because I've met a few coaches that have similar goals for helping like Latin American guys and European guys get their opportunity because they work hard, especially in the Czech Republic to play ball. And I would love for them to experience what we've gotten to experience playing travel ball, playing in college and coming over here. But thanks, man. I appreciate you carving out time in your busy schedule to come holler at us. Definitely when I'm in Prague, we got to go hang out like the old times.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, man. We got less than a minute because we haven't made enough money on our podcast to get Zoom Premium.
Baby steps, boys. Baby steps.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Go get
built.
Trevor Bauer on this thing.
Oh yeah.
Go
we
back to
should.
Japan, like go get him.
I'm pretty sure he's friends with Jimmy and Dave now, so we might be able
Oh
to
yeah.
make a few calls.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. But yeah, I mean, if he's if